Welcome to Something Crunchy. Tyler is homies with Blake. Blake is the older bro of Blair. Blair is married to Tyler, and is a slutty slut.
Welcome to Something Crunchy.
What the hell is crunchy?
Welcome to Something Crunchy.
All right, back in the studio with Tyler D, and have you met B? Let's put him up.
Hey.
Hey, how are we feeling tonight?
If we were going to have any more fun tonight, we need plastic surgery to remove our goddamn smiles. We're going to be whistling zippity doodah out of our fucking assholes.
Well done.
Yes.
Well
It's going to be
done.
good.
Well, Blair, if you had enough money, would you build an entire city?
That sounds like a lot of work. I don't know.
Oh, I could totally handle it. That'd be so fun.
If it was an option, would you do it?
Sure.
Akon did. That's big news
Oh, this is like
week.
happening.
This is happening.
It's going down already?
This was a headline this week.
Akon. That's like, huh?
Yes,
Akorn.
Akon is building a crypto city with its own Akoin currency.
Okay. Akoin.
Akoin.
I can already tell how it's spelled.
Pulled this from Grunge. Lots of people have entered the cryptocurrency game in recent years, but according to Decrypt, few folks have decided to dive in as deep as Akon. On January 13th, 2020, the musician confirmed on Twitter that he had finalized the agreement for his own city in Senegal. Senegal is in West Africa. And it is like the Republic of Senegal. I don't think it's technically a country. The planned metropolis will be called Akon City. Yes, it will.
Okay.
And the president of Senegal, Macky Sall, has reportedly gifted Akon a cool 2,000 acres of land in a seaside village called Bodine for its construction.
I like how he just calls it Akon City. Like, he didn't get, like, creative with, like, a super cool, like...
No.
You could come up with, like, any name. It's like, no. I'm just going to go Akon City.
I only have one name in mind.
Yeah.
Akon
Akorn.
City.
Could just hear, like, rocking in there, coming into the city.
Your money
Hey.
is no good. It's completely useless there. The only currency Akon City will accept is Akoin. A cryptocurrency Akon is planning to launch on July 2020. Akon City is supposed to be an ultra-futuristic high-tech town while also being advertised as an environmental campaign and sustainable tourism village. It's also a 10-year project that Akon says won't even reach stage 2 until 2025. Long-term do-good projects certainly seem more on brand with Akon than a side gig as a Bond villain, seeing as he has a history of large-scale charitable actions in Africa.
Well, that's cool.
For instance, CNN tells us his Akon Lighting Africa project is working to provide electricity to roughly 600 million people on the continent.
Damn.
In fact, he says that a big reason he's involved in the blockchain and cryptocurrency is because he feels they bring the power back to the people and could be the key in saving Africa by allowing people to advance themselves independent of the government. He's not alone with his thoughts either. Reportedly, Twitter CEO and huge Bitcoin fan Jack Dorsey has similar feelings about Africa's potential cryptocurrency market, as do the United Nations.
Wow.
So he has a reason behind it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'm feeling a little better about
It's
this.
not just
For ego's sake.
building a
Yeah.
city out of ego's sake. However, like there's just kind of two ways to look at it. You know, he's doing it for Africa. He's bringing the
For
power back
sure.
to the people. Cryptocurrency is the way to do that. If you were going to do that and build that city, wouldn't it be like New Africa?
Yeah.
Like the Republic of the People
Yeah.
of the west side of Africa. No,
And,
no.
Akon City.
Akon City.
Yeah,
Akorn
that's what I was
City.
like. I mean,
Akon City. The national anthem's going to be Smack That. You know it. Don't even have to say it.
The national anthem is going to be an auto-tune. You
Don't
already
even-
know it.
stop. Oh my gosh.
Akon City. This is ridiculous. Yes.
I mean, I love what he's doing.
You could go see a concert at the Akon Amphitheater.
There's one. Plays every night, all year long.
Concert.
8 to 12 Akon.
Use some
All Akon all day.
Akonazonian Prime to stream your favorite flicks. Right now you could watch some Akongo or for a conjuring. If you have a conflict or a concern, you can go take it to the Congress.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know about
hilarious.
that. I don't know about that.
I mean, he's doing it.
He's doing it.
It sounds
happening.
like
We'll see how it goes.
He's trying to help, so
Yeah,
you can't
there's
like
good intentions.
fault the guy for trying to help. So
Right.
good on him for trying. Hopefully, it's all.
He's like, people know my name. We're just gonna.
Yeah.
Do you
we're
think
gonna
if you
make it
get in
something.
trouble in Akon City, you're just like forced to listen to Locked Up for however, like your sentence is
You know that's what they're playing in
10
jail
months of
in
10 months of
Akon
Locked
City.
Up. Still you don't find my motive.
Oh my god.
Well, let's
I'm going. Sounds like a fine place.
you can check it out. It looks really
music just,
futuristic.
like, on
The
repeat
pictures
all
and the
the time.
concepts and everything actually look really cool.
No, I bet it's gonna be awesome.
I don't know. I
It's
want to
just-
see if it
I mean,
actually
it's
happens.
interesting.
I want to see what when it actually happens.
The
I'd
Photoshop
go to
sounds
Akon
amazing.
City.
Let's do transition into some utopian towns and some
Okay.
off-grid societies
Yeah.
and some
Ooh,
people that have
yes.
tried it and do this before
Okay.
that did make it work.
Okay.
7 planned utopian towns that you can visit today, starting with Euroville, India. Ask anyone in Euroville who started the town, and the residents will tell you it was the mother. A woman who dreamed of a unique city where nothing is owned by anyone and everyone lives in peace and harmony without politics, religion, or nationality. And they'd be right. In 1968, a woman named Mira Alfasa, the mother herself, defined Auroville's character, noting Auroville belongs to no one in particular. It belongs to humanity as a whole. Auroville wants to be the bridge between the past and the future, and thus open the town for its residents. It's designed after a galaxy surrounding a banyan tree and geographical center with a gold-plated sphere full of meditation rooms that took 37 years to build.
Damn.
Sounds beautiful.
Sounds beautiful.
Anything utopian, and I'm there.
Like I get the thought behind it, like living all in peace and harmony and together, and all is one and one is all.
Right?
But there's no way that lasts.
Tyler,
You think that
how
lasts?
many days straight of peace and harmony could Blair get through without just popping?
I'm gonna say 2 days, and then after
I
that,
would love.
2 days? Oh, I give her 4.5
no way.
hours.
You think I can't do straight peace?
No, I think you
I
can.
would love that.
It's not that.
No.
And it's not the communal aspect of it.
The living situation, you mean?
Think of Wanderlust.
Yeah.
Very much so.
No door.
See, the concept behind it, I love, but then, like, yeah, I do actually think about, like, okay, so I'm out there, like,
No door.
it's not quite, like, showered, and, like, everyone's, like, just living in each other.
You like to watch, you don't like to participate. Like you think you want to be in the shit, but when you're in the
Right,
shit, you're
you're
like,
like-
I just want to watch this. Like it's interesting from the couch.
See, I think part of me is, like, just in my past life or something, I definitely was, like, super hippie. Like, there's a part of me that is so connected to that world. And I'm all about peace and love, and I love all of that. But definitely living in, like, a situation where there's just
It
everybody
doesn't always
everywhere
have to
and-
be a peace and love commune. There's plenty of non-peace and love
You need
communes.
the negative so that the positive is that much more sweet.
Right?
I don't know. I just think that, like, I just need some civilization. Like, I think, like, maybe just because I was so born, like,
You need some
big
structure.
city girl, like,
Right.
Structure.
I literally could barely, like, get away with going to college in a teeny town. Like, I was like, get me to, like, I need more people. I need life. Like, I felt like I was, like, so disconnected. And there was a lot of people in that town, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But it's just like when you're from such a big city, it's just like it was already culture shock. So yes, when I think of me actually living in one of these communities, I don't know if I could actually.
Let's
do
talk
it.
about these communities.
Okay.
The Maharishi Vedic City in Iowa. This one's in the U.S. This 1 square mile city in Iowa, incorporated in 2001, is the only city in the country officially built on the principles of transcendental meditation. The
Yes.
practice has been going
Okay.
strong since the Beatles introduced it to the wider world in the
Yes.
1960s by following Transcendental Meditation's founder, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi.
Yes.
The foundation of Maharishi's Vedic city in Veda an ancient Hindu principle that prioritizes harmony, balance, and natural law. A group of Transcendental Meditation followers founded the town, and now a 5-person council acts as the city's government. Every home is designed the same way to promote those tenets and follow the path of the sun, all facing east with a golden roof ornament, a fence surrounding the property, and a central space in the house meant for silence. Each building is arranged on one of 10 circles in a large constructed ring. There's an open-air observatory built from sundials and designed to replicate the structure of the universe to teach children the ways of transcendental meditation in twice daily sessions in addition to their regular schoolwork.
Love it. I could do that.
Like, that could be cool.
It should be required.
kind of place.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Like, that could be cool.
Yes.
And they have the structure and what things that you would
yeah.
find in the city, like since its inception, synthetic pesticides, fertilizers, and non-organic food have been completely banned. You know, there's a large organic farming business. It distributes to nationwide chains. Renewable energy powers the city.
Can you just go check these places out?
That's a good question.
Yeah, is there like a drop-in fee? Can you just hang
I
out
just
for a
wanna
day or
come see
two?
what's going
right?
on. This sounds amazing.
This
I just
next
wanna
one,
see.
I know that you can because been there.
Yeah.
Arcosanti, Arizona.
Yes.
When it opened in 1970, Arcosanti's founder, Italian architect Paolo Soleri, imagined the small Arizona desert complex would evolve into a city of thousands of people, all living together in harmony in what he called an arcology, a community where nature and architecture work together to create a harmonious experience. The goal is to bring everyone together in a complex that both limited damage to the earth and also allowed everyone to feel happy and fulfilled. It's all about the architecture and the structure. Like
Love
they
that.
have, like, they made like an amphitheater out of like this all natural like rock that was like already there. They made this giant amphitheater and it has like the like acoustics that's supposed to be better than anything else. They have all these jazz concerts and
Ooh,
whatnot.
that
I've only
sounds
been there
so
once.
good.
Went there like by accident, and you could go and check things out. It's cool. Like there's a whole lot of people
Oh,
that
I
live
need to
there.
go.
They'll tell you about it. They kind of like give you looks, but they want you to take the tour.
So people live
They
there.
push you to take the tour. Oh,
Yeah,
people
they
live
want
there.
you. That's how they make their money, so that
Heavy
they
day
can
on the tour.
buy their seeds to grow their food so they can eat. I remember going to that place when I was a kid, 8, 9, 10 years old, something like that, and I'm damn near 40 now, and it's still up. It's still going.
Still
so
going.
it's
How
successful.
many people live there, you think? Like roughly?
Maybe I have no
I think
idea.
like I think there's like probably like 50 or 60 full-time residents, something
Really?
like that. Yeah.
I mean, it would be cool to live in just a place with just such like different architecture that really like spoke to the energy and like set the mood. Like that's just cool.
Right.
And where it is in the state, there's nothing around it. Literally
There is
nothing.
To be like
There's-
completely
nothing
remote.
around
See,
it.
and that's where I get a little
Like you have to take
like
a
it's
road.
super cool, like you say, for like 2 days, and then I'd probably be like, okay.
There's an exit off the highway, and that road turns into a smaller road. That turns into a dirt road. That turns into no road.
Yeah.
It's just rocks.
Yeah.
And like you're in the
You're out
desert.
there.
You're in the desert.
If Amish country was in the mountains.
Okay.
Let's talk about Freetown, Christiania, Denmark. Christiania, the anonymous neighborhood in Copenhagen, formed in 1971, was founded by a journalist deep into the free love movement. Jacob Ludvigsen envisioned a self-sustaining society built from scratch, though using its pre-existing buildings since the site had been abandoned army barracks already, with the goal of maintaining the psychological and physical health of a group over an individual. In practice, things quickly fell apart. Drugs took hold, and residents didn't want to cooperate with the police. Christiania became a home for hard narcotics and a green light district for selling marijuana. Drugs and crime are still a problem there, but the commune continues to thrive. Houses are beautifully painted, and the entrance to the neighborhood takes visitors through a sculpture park made from reclaimed and recycled items.
That's cool.
So it is a very fancy and good-looking drug den.
Yeah, I was trying to say,
Check out your art and sculpture.
enjoy the architecture, the way to get your beautiful drugs.
Yeah.
Enjoy your time here.
This exhibit on the right is made from reclaimed needles.
Always recycle. Don't touch anything. Safety first, everybody.
I feel like most of the very important artists of the world were just using their art to pay for their drug habit.
For sure.
You know?
The art was paying for the drugs. The drugs was paying for the art.
Yeah.
Got a couple more here from HuffPost. Want to escape the modern world? 9 utopias that really exist. Here's a couple of them. The Farm in Lewis Country, Tennessee. In 1971, a group of 300 flower children and
that's a
free
good
thinkers left San Francisco to blaze a trail out east, settling in rural Tennessee to become the founders of what is now America's oldest hippie commune. The Farm, located just outside Summertown, is still around to this day and was subject of the 2012 documentary American Commune. Now composed of roughly 200 members, the vegetarian community was founded on and still lives by their core values of nonviolence and respect for the environment. So like that's more your
Okay.
traditional
Yeah.
commune.
Feel
Yeah.
good,
Your
That's your
commune.
hippie
Yeah.
classic
commune, yeah.
70s,
We're all
free
here
love,
to
live
free
together.
thinking.
I'll grow the peas. You bring the booty. Everything will be cool.
Right?
I love you. You love me. We're all together.
Like Linda meet Linda.
That's all I can think. Oh my gosh.
No, tell us, is there any other ways that George completely ruined your life?
Completely failed you.
Green Bank, West Virginia. Green Bank is a safe haven away from the reach of technology where the electrosensitive can come to escape the digital world. The small town is located in a U.S. National Radio Quiet Zone,
Ooh.
a 13,000 square mile area where electromagnetic radiation, yes, that includes Wi-Fi and cell phone signals, is banned so as not to disturb the National Radio Astronomy Observatory. About 150 people have moved to Green Bank and created a community for the precise purpose of escaping radiation, which they believe is harmful to their health. Life isn't perfect here. There's no grocery store, no restaurants, no hospital nearby. A resident of the town recently told Slate, "But here, at least I'm healthy. I can do things. I'm not in bed with a headache all the time." So I think it's for people very highly sensitive to radiation.
Yeah, and I get that. If you just want to
Yeah.
live in a place that has nothing.
Anything electrical EMP
So,
status.
like, Better
yeah.
Call Saul.
It
It's
is.
like
Yeah, that's
Chuck.
It's like the opposite of Chernobyl.
anything, any
if you
radiation whatsoever.
I mean, I bet
What's
most
Green
of
Bank
those
like? Oh, it's
communes-
the exact opposite of Chernobyl.
yeah.
Oh, okay, that explains it. I feel like most of these communes that were gonna like have limited, electronics and things like that, right?
Yeah,
Like they're
yeah.
not gonna have like all their computers out and Wi-Fi and tech stuff, right?
You don't like to think so, but a lot of them do,
Really?
for sure. For sure.
Is that off the grid?
I know this one is completely off the grid. Finca Bella Vista Sustainable Treehouse
Yeah.
Community.
Okay, that sounds
Doesn't
fun.
get
In
much
Costa
more off the
Rica.
grid than that.
Let's talk about that Costa Rica freaka. Finca Bella Vista is probably the closest that real life can get to Swiss Family Robinson. The Sustainable Treehouse community is comprised of more than 25 elevated structures as well as a base camp community center located deep in the Costa Rica rainforest,
fun.
more than a mile and a half from the nearest town. Its typical resident is a laid-back, environmentally conscious American, according to the founders Erica and Matt
Wow.
Hogan, who started building Finca in 2006. So it's a bunch of Americans living in
Americans
Costa
going,
Rica
yeah.
trees.
Exactly.
Check it out, man.
Oh, could we not totally do that
We
though?
made the coolest treehouse ever.
I could
That'd be
do,
so fun.
I could do that for like maybe a weekend.
As vacation time, or
You would
as
want to
like
like
the
look
owner
over
of?
and see like Tyler and I in our treehouse and be like, oh hey, like meet you.
For sure. And then look down and be like, "Ooh."
Yeah, where's Walgreens? I can't see it from here.
I gotta get a
Be like,
Band-Aid.
yeah, do you have any bug spray in your treehouse? Because I ran out. And these
Mom
Costa
would be like
Rican
killing
mosquitoes.
everything with bug
You
spray.
guys think DoorDash
Freaking out.
delivers, or
Oh yeah, we may not last as long
Yeah.
as we think.
I don't think so.
as soon as the ayahuasca wears off, we're going home.
Right? Oh, it's so funny.
Let's talk about the Eco Village at Ithaca, New York. Hi, we're from Eco Village, the
Ithaca
Ithaca chapter, looking for a
It's
place to
iconic.
party.
Maybe
Maybe
even a place to crash.
Created in 1996, Ithaca's Eco Village is a
Yes.
sustainable intentional community and education center, which describes itself as an alternative model for suburban living, which provides a satisfying, healthy, socially rich lifestyle while minimizing ecological impact.
Okay, I like it.
Tyler, hit her with your words. Hit her. Hit her, Tyler. You sure it's the truth? Or are you sure you're not just lying to us? If I wanted to get lies all over my face, I would have stayed in porn. Okay?
I want to get lies all over my face. Oh my god.
Tyler, I know you have some familiar names that...
So here's a list of folks that grew up in communes or cults, for a lack of a better term.
Okay.
Interesting.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay,
Joaquin
that
Phoenix.
makes so much sense.
And his
That makes
brother,
River.
River Phoenix,
Love him.
candid about being raised in the Children of God cult with the rest of his siblings. His parents joined the controversial cult in the 70s, but eventually became disillusioned with the organization currently called the Family International and broke free.
Oh, wow.
Oh man.
I didn't know that.
Things go awry in that job.
It totally makes sense.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because he has an interesting background. You can just tell.
He's got some demons, maybe.
Don't we all?
That's a fact. How about Neil Young? Did you guys hear about
Neil Young.
That's definitely
Young.
believable.
Yeah, right.
Definitely believable.
Neil Young's support of infamous criminal Charles Manson? May surprise you, but as Young developed his solo career, he took Manson under his wing, and cult leader pursued a musical career.
Wow.
Young even tried to get Manson a record deal with Frank Sinatra's record label shortly before the gruesome murders. If you didn't know already, Mr. Elvis Presley also involved.
Really?
Some heavy hitters here, some
Yeah, these are some big names.
iconic people in our landscape for sure. While on a quest for higher spirituality, Elvis Presley became a devotee of Swami Paramahasana Yogasanda's Self-Realization Fellowship.
Well done. Soccer style kicker.
These
Wow.
are
That's
some names of places I've never heard of before, so if I'm butchering your belief system, I'm very sorry. Rose McGowan, how about her?
Oh, very believable.
Okay.
I love Rose McGowan.
I love her. I can totally see it.
Actress Rose McGowan was born in Florence, where her father ran an Italian chapter of the Children of God cult. Seems to be going around a lot in Hollywood. Her group encouraged its members to have sex at a young age.
Oh, no.
But fortunately, McGowan and her family fled before she had to participate, allegedly.
They force you to participate? What goes on in these places?
Underage sex.
How are these
apparently.
places legal? How does this happen?
It's part of their religion.
It's a religion, Blair.
And it's tax-free. How about John Lennon?
Really?
Oh, yes.
I could
I
see
see
it.
this.
You've heard about this?
Believe that.
Definitely believe it.
A vegetarian restaurant, The Source, opened in Los Angeles 1969, but it wasn't just an organic restaurant. It was the center of Source family cult leader by Jim Baker, a.k.a. Father Yod.
Wow. Father Yod.
Dressed in white robes, the cult followers served John Lennon organic meals often. Before his 1975 death in a hand gliding accident, Baker had 14 wives.
14.
14. No guy with 15.
Wow.
Old Western movie cowboy.
15.
15. But this guy
You gotta
allegedly...
figure after
bit
a
too many.
dozen, you're like, you know what? Number 13? It's gonna
You're coming.
13's a charm.
You're just that special. You're coming along.
It was a different time. If you wanted to bed a lady, you had to marry her first. So, allegedly, he killed 2 men with his bare hands. The cult managed to obtain 150 followers of its blend of Western and Eastern philosophies. We've got
Wow.
the best of both worlds.
Wow.
You heat up the ice cubes. It's the best of both worlds. At the time, many people equated the Source to the Manson family. How about Jaden and Willow Smith, the children of Will and Jada Smith?
In a commune?
Loosely based. The Smith siblings are rumored to be members of the Organite Society,
Okay.
which claims to be a secret society
Secret
of
society.
individuals who create and place Organite to balance Gaia's energy. Kylie Jenner is also allegedly a member.
Wow.
Interesting.
How about
There's a lot of celebrity kids in that one.
Yeah, it seems like the influencers are turning to that one. David and Patricia Arquette. The
Really, definitely believable.
Familia.
Familia.
Cut from a different cloth. That
Wow.
Arquette family. Along with their other siblings, David and Patricia Arquette were born into the Skymont Sudbud commune. Started in 1920s in India, the cult doesn't define itself as a religion, but rather a way of communicating with God in a different way. Meant to be
Interesting.
a social experiment and utopia, the commune the Arquettes grew up in lacked running water, and the parents abused them during their time there.
Oh, no.
Doesn't
I'll take
sound-
neither of those, please.
I like running
Take the water
and
and
no
less
abuse.
beating. Yeah, no abuse. Hold the
No
abuse,
abuse.
please.
How about Madonna?
Oh, I could definitely see that.
What
You know,
happened
a
with
lot of this is
Madonna?
making so much more sense.
It is.
Now that
Yeah.
we're like talking through it.
It is.
Many followers give a vague definition of Kabbalah. Mm-hmm. Regardless, this ancient mystical interpretation of the Bible, founded in the 1970s, has many celebrity supporters, including Madonna, who's known to wear the red string bracelet associated with Kabbalah.
Oh.
Often spotted at the Kabbalah Center of Los Angeles, Madonna is known as an avid performer on Friday evenings. The onset
course.
of Shabbat. Former Kabbalah supporters include Roseanne Barr, Jeremy Langford, Elizabeth Taylor, Gwyneth Paltrow, Britney Spears, and Paris Hilton.
Really?
Gwyneth. That's a list.
That is a list.
Pretty healthy.
That's a healthy list.
What about Michelle Pfeiffer?
Ooh, okay.
20-year-old Michelle Pfeiffer was duped into joining a cult. When she was new to Hollywood, she befriended a couple who were personal trainers and followed the breatharianism, a belief system that food is not necessary and sunlight can provide all the nourishments the body needs.
Fortunately, humans
sunny
don't
out
live off of
24/7.
photosynthesis, but
You gotta eat.
breatharianism, just focus on that breath. Who needs food? Food, water? No.
If you're hungry,
Just
take
breathe.
a deep breath.
Just breathe.
Glenn Close.
Glenn
Ooh,
Close.
Glenn.
At 7 years old, Glenn Close's parents joined the Moral Re Armonte MRA, an extreme conservative group. The belief system was based on absolutes, absolute honesty, absolute purity, absolute unselfishness, and absolute love.
Man,
That's tough.
that's a lot. That's a lot of absolutes.
That's a lot of absolutes.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Like, and I get the thought behind a lot of these, to not be selfish, to, you know, do
Right.
that. But like,
Extremism.
extreme. I don't like extreme.
Everything in moderation.
Exactly.
Come on. Moderation, folks. Winona Ryder.
Knew this one.
Definitely see
This
those.
is one I knew.
When she was just 7, Winona Ryder and her family moved to the Rainbow Family Commune in California, a counterculture hippie group. She lived there for 3 years with no electricity, no running water.
Blair, could you do no electricity or no running water?
You know,
There's no way.
it might be tough. No water. You know, I've never even
No.
been camping, y'all. I don't know. Like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, of course. And then it's like, oh,
No.
hell no.
No.
I would.
do it.
Like, right?
do it.
And then I'm out there, I'm like, oh, I'm
Well,
going
this
to need
is
some
like
water.
camping,
like,
and I've never
now.
been camping before, so this is going to be tough.
And that's usually one of the biggest things about camping. That's so hard to think about. Like,
You think
"Ooh,
Blair
I
would be
just like
more
to
of a
shower."
hunter or a gatherer?
Good question.
A gatherer of electricity to charge your phone.
I'm fine without the phone. Running water, I would just.
You
is
say
a tough
that
one.
until it's time to eat and DoorDash is not available. Or anything else
Tyler, what are we
besides
going
your
to
phone.
do?
Let's take a break.
Enjoying something crunchy? Follow us on social media and tweet us your comments and questions at crunch_cast. We encourage you to participate and thank you for listening.
We're back. So that was good stuff.
Interesting
Stuff about the commune and living off the grid. Like, I get it. Now I want to talk about a couple things that could drive you to wanting to live off the grid.
Yeah.
One of which in particular, when a little bit of technology goes too far. I mean,
man.
there's a lot of people freaked out by Alexa.
And all of our
And
capabilities.
And
Sneaky.
all of the things listening to us 24 hours a
Everything
day.
is listening and
People are
watching
very
all the
skeptical.
time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Alexa stories out there. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of Alexa stories. That bitch interrupts us all the time.
We got a couple, yeah, that's for sure.
She's always creeping.
Shut the fuck up.
With help from Daily Break and a couple other sources, could you get weird on like a
Oh,
couple
definitely. I'm kind of scared, but I definitely want to hear.
Alexa stories? Let's see if we could change your perspective on Alexa. Got our grandfather Alexa for Christmas.
Yeah.
Loves it.
He loves her.
Yeah.
Wife and I were arguing about something. No clue what it was, but it was getting a little heated. I don't know what Alexa thought she heard, but suddenly interjected with, "Why don't we change the subject?" It was unexpected
Weird.
and relevant enough to be creepy. We both heard it. We both still talk about it years later. There was nothing in the app logs.
Ooh.
What?
Just a pipe in and
change
why
the
don't we
subject.
change the subject? I'm uncomfortable.
Things are getting weird. Let's go ahead and change the subject. I mean, that's crazy.
The temperature is up 4 degrees. Y'all need to calm down.
Cool it down. That's creepy, but it's like
Enjoy
trying
the
to help
song
at the
by
same
Enya.
time. So it's like, I don't know how I feel about it.
My mom and I were working on stuff quietly in a quiet house when Alexa spontaneously turned on and told us the total number of people that have died in history.
Oh, gosh.
Spooky.
Oh, that's weird.
That's not a fact you want to know.
Just to like randomly
When it's
spontaneously
quiet, and
turn
it's just
on.
like, let me tell you this creepy fact real fast. Like, okay, scare the shit out of me.
Yeah,
Like, what's
creep ass.
happening? Yeah, like, what are you doing?
Keep that info to yourself.
Oh my God. That's like the weirdest fact to be told by Alexa
Yeah, that's a weird one.
randomly.
My aunt got a Google Home for Christmas. She already has Alexa. This morning we were messing around with the Google Home and asked, "Okay, Google, what do you think of Alexa?" And it answered, "I like her blue light." And then from across the room, Alexa turned on and said, "Thanks."
Oh,
I'm scared.
these bitches are going to be fighting
Yeah.
soon. I do not want
Talking
to be
to
there
each
for
other.
it. No, that's weird.
I wonder if you can like get them into a conversation. Like if you could start something, have one ask the other, and they're
And they just like,
Back and
if
forth
you could get them into like a
little combo.
Yeah.
into a thing
No.
together.
yeah,
There's
That
probably a
creeps me out.
YouTube video for that. It's got to be.
there has to be. I got my mother-in-law a dot for Christmas last year. She's a chronic insomniac and tends to go to bed very, very late, like after 3 a.m. One night she was up a lot later than that. While watching random TV, Alexa piped up and she said, "Good night, Clarice."
Oh, hell no.
My mother-in-law's name isn't Clarice.
Oh, well. Even creepier.
Like, it's got to go.
Good night.
It's got to go. No. Ugh.
Gotta go.
No.
Unplugging that bitch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bye.
Out of the blue, late one night, without talking to Alexa for hours, she said, "If Chuck Norris wants you to know where he is, he'll find you. If he doesn't, you won't know until it's too late."
I mean, I love
Just
it.
randomly has like a good Chuck Norris joke.
Like, that's fine.
still a little creepy.
Well, you think
Still creepy, but
you think this stuff is out of context, but she's literally listening to everything. So if you're watching TV and they say something that sparks her and it just happens to fit what's going on with your situation, it seems a lot creepier than it really should be.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that's the case.
We all hope that's the case.
Yeah.
As far as our experience is concerned, that's
Yeah.
been the case so far.
The facts about like dead people out of nowhere, no TV, quiet house, like that's creepy as hell.
My grandpa passed away a few months back, leaving my grandma to live by herself. She has an Amazon Echo. One night she was alone, getting ready for bed. She heard a song start playing in the living room, in a house that was completely silent. Alexa was playing the song Lucille by Kenny Rogers, a song she shares a name with. The song was my grandparents' favorite song to dance to together. It was very strange and timely how Alexa decided to spontaneously play the song only weeks after my grandpa's passing, and at a time where my grandma was alone. To me, it seems like it was either an incredible coincidence, terrifyingly observant AI, or the ghost of my grandfather. I should note that my grandma does not have any kind of severe memory problems, schizophrenia, or any kind of issue that would lead the family not to believe her.
Yeah, that's
believe
super
her.
cool. Yeah.
I believe her.
Did they listen to it when they were together?
I believe her,
It's
but
their favorite song that they dance
I think it's
to.
terribly
On the Alexa?
I think it's terribly observant AI and still scary in its own right. Like,
Part AI, part grandpa. I think they're all working together, and he's like, "All right, Alexa, from the other side, I need you
all
to play
one and-
Lucille, okay?
It's all one in of the same.
Try not to scare the shit out of her, because this is gonna be weird."
W2F. Alexa just told me there are people who can help me and gave me the number to a suicide prevention hotline. What the hell is wrong with her? No one was even talking to her. And definitely no one said her fucking name. I'm sitting here watching Stargate, for God's sake.
Oh my god! Whoa! And then bring up suicide prevention hotline.
Probably because he was watching Stargate.
Yeah, maybe Stargate's the precursor.
It makes a lot more sense.
We've
when
seen
you
a
take in your
correlation with
surroundings.
Stargate bingers and
Yeah, this is the 14th hour of Stargate for you. I think it's time to call
I
somebody.
think it's time to call somebody.
It's just a general concern.
I asked my dot to play hookup music, and the first song it played was Echo by R. Kelly. The Echo dot.
They probably have it set up that way.
Come on.
You
Somebody
know that's
hacked
programmed.
that. That's a
clever.
hack.
It's clever. A May 2018 news article reported that a Portland family's Alexa recorded private conversations within their home. Then, without being asked or notifying the family, it sent these conversations to one of their contacts in Seattle. After receiving the audio, she immediately contacted them and advised them to unplug your Alexa devices right now. Upon being contacted about the incident, Amazon apologized profusely to the family and released a statement detailing what they believed took place, saying, "We investigated what happened and determined it was an extremely rare occurrence." Even so, the company refused to offer the family a refund for their devices. Recorded an entire
What?
conversation and then sent it to one of their contacts.
That's rare.
insane.
Hey,
This
doesn't happen
rarely
that
happens.
often.
Like, what happened? Are
It's
you
a
Sorry.
rare, it's a rare occurrence.
We're sorry.
What is happening?
I mean, that's
No.
confirming a lot of fears right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
Not so creepy as it cracked me up. Said hello, Kasumi, to my cat. Then, as usual, I said meow, and she meows back at me. Then Alexa started meowing.
Oh, okay, weird. Why is my Alexa meowing at me?
I moved my dot and speaker into the bathroom so I could listen to music in the shower. But the first time I went to pee in the middle of the night, I heard the little ding that she was listening. Unplugged immediately.
Why are you listening to this? Just going to the bathroom, nothing to listen to. Hear that? Hearing peeing in there.
Hear any pee in there.
I was trying to turn off some lights, and they kept turning back on. After the third request, Alexa stopped responding and instead did an evil laugh.
Oh.
The laugh wasn't in the Alexa voice. It sounded like a real person. My wife was there when it happened, and she is the only person who can drop in. I still get chills.
What? Oh, they got like hacked
Yeah.
or something.
I'd have to.
That's so creepy.
New devices all around.
Oh yeah, all of it's got to go.
Burn the house down.
Yeah, we're moving. New names, new everything.
My mom's Alexa randomly turned on, started glowing. My mom was like, "Alexa, what are you doing?" She said, "I'm trying to learn new things." My mom said, "No one told you to do that." And she was like, "Okay," and turned off.
Is that their way of like
They're
saying?
listening.
They're all
Yeah.
listening.
They're listening. Last one. one of my supervisor's kids was telling her a joke in front of her Alexa, and out of nowhere, Alexa says, "That's a funny joke," and then proceeded to tell her own joke.
Trying to one-up you.
Yeah.
It's a creepy bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm plugging it all.
I don't like
I
her.
don't like it.
I don't like her at all.
Gotta go. She's listening to us right now.
I'm a little weary.
We got her on mute, so she doesn't chiming in for no fucking
You know
reason.
she still listens. She's like, you don't hear me, but I hear you. I'm listening. Always.
Unsubscribing from Something Crispy podcast.
Man, that is like beyond creepy. Like you always get scared of like AI and what it could get to anyway, and then you're like, oh yeah, this is cool. This is what I wonder what this Alexa and Echo does, and it's like, oh, it's just so everyone can listen and creep on your life.
Well, let's move on. Switch it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a nice, fat, oversized novelty, super healthy, inflated list
Yes, just how we like
that
it.
pissed me off
That needed to get
royally.
Ooh.
lubed up and fisted.
Just ready for the fist and
Let's fist the list.
yes.
BuzzFeed provided 62 shows that got canceled way too fucking soon.
Okay, yeah.
This got me angry. Okay, so if I were to list 62 shows that they did in this article, how many you think would overlap between what I think, got canceled too soon, ended too soon, and what they have canceled too soon?
Say
30?
10%.
That's a fair guess. Of their 62, I agreed with one.
One?
One.
One. We've made a list together. We've combined our
Yeah.
list. We're going to go over our list.
Yeah.
Of our list that we made, there is one that overlaps with theirs.
Holy cow.
Freaks and Geeks.
Oh.
It's the only one that made it. Freaks and Geeks.
Definitely on the list.
I mean, I don't even know where to start with this. They started with Pushing Daisies.
What?
I mean, and we have everything on here from The Mysteries of Laura,
Who?
Happy Land,
The Mysteries
Where?
of Laura? What?
True Calling,
Never heard of it.
Sense8. This is a list of every show that's ever been canceled, is what it is.
Yeah,
Right,
this is
yeah,
like
they
top faves. Like, wish I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Alphabetical order in the last 5 years. Who's been canceled?
The Finder, Eye Candy, Agent Carter, Manhattan Love Story.
See, this is hard because there's shows that get canceled.
And then there's shows that end.
Right.
And shows that end too early. And that's kind of
Right.
how we did ours. Like, we'll specify, I think, what
Yeah.
got canceled and what just... Because Fleabag is a good example.
Right.
That's
two seasons
Two
in,
seasons of
it's
winning
like,
everything
done.
you could possibly win. And they're like, yeah, we're done.
Yep.
That's all we needed.
Like, it's not being canceled. Amazon would be stupid to, like,
Yeah,
say,
they
no.
won everything.
Oh, our most
You're
successful show
gone.
ever by a long shot? Yeah, we're not into it. Be like,
Definitely got to go.
we don't want a season 3. We're trying to go into another direction.
Yeah.
Something
Good luck.
different.
Schitt's Creek.
Ending, not canceled.
No, ending.
But just
because it's
sad to
done with
see
their
it go.
story.
Could keep going for another
Wish
4 or
it,
5
just
seasons.
wish it was still going.
Well, we're fisting this list, which is the
Yes.
canceled shows. 62 shows that got canceled too fucking soon.
See.
Like a good one I think of that like was a great show that should have kept going that just got canceled too soon was Blue Mountain State.
Yeah.
We all agreed.
It was so funny.
Blue Mountain State was a great show. That shouldn't
Such
have
an
been
underrated
canceled.
show.
That should still be going today with
It's
just,
just
a new
because not
group of
a peop-
guys.
So, some
don't think enough
episodes
people have
were
gotten
kind
the
of
chance
hit and
to see
miss.
it.
The Drug Olympics episode
So
of
funny.
Blue Mountain State. I want to say it's like episode 4 or 5 in the first season. That's one of the funniest things I've ever fucking seen.
Could be
This
the
show won
funniest
us over.
30 minutes ever made.
God, that was
Yeah,
hilarious.
it was really good. Blue Mountain
No, I
State's
definitely agree.
a fave.
Canceled too soon.
What else do we have on our list?
We of course have Freaks and Geeks. Arrested Development.
Arrested Development, and they even brought it back.
They
but
did try
Yeah.
and bring it back. It was like 3 seasons.
It
and
was,
Then,
and
and
they
then like 10 years later, did like a season.
It's not the same.
they didn't get all the
Just keep it
actors to
going.
work on the same day. Like they would do scenes with like 2 actors at a time, and they would only rely on flashbacks from before stuff.
Yeah, and I just wish they
that
did
was half
more
of the
in the
episode
beginning.
was like narration, old stuff, and then the new scenes.
Just needed more.
More is more in that situation.
Yeah,
I know Tyler Chappelle Show.
Yeah. One of my
and
favorites.
Blake.
well, and they offered him $50 million to keep doing Chappelle's show.
Allegedly, yeah.
Wasn't canceled, but like ended too soon.
Yeah, on his own accord. He basically walked away, just couldn't get the deal done, but then took some time off and got his money back through a Netflix deal.
Right.
So good for him, but it's sad that that could have been one of the best sketch comedy shows of all time.
I think people could agree with that.
Party Down.
Party Down.
Like that was that was a canceled show.
Yeah, that show made it 2 seasons, maybe 3, but star-studded cast of people that you would certainly recognize today.
Right.
They all turned into somebody.
Kind of like Freaks and Geeks, where you just like recognize everybody, and they all turned into something like afterwards.
Maybe when it went different directions than how they normally started out, but yeah, they individually turned out awesome, and that show was really good about catering and people that are kind of stuck in the catering job.
Don't you hate that when there's just such a good show, so many good people, and it's like, and it's canceled?
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't even appreciate it until you go back and you see like how good they were, and you're like, that should never been canceled.
You think anybody felt that way about Good Girls Revolt or The Gates?
There's probably some passionate people out there that just
Love that kind of stuff.
Unnatural History.
Ooh, I could be into that.
All right, what about Whodunit?
Do you know what show I wish? I actually don't even know if it got canceled or what, but I just think it could have like gone on for so many more episodes. And this is a random one too. I don't know why I thought of this, but To Catch a Predator.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm Chris Hansen, Dateline NBC.
That's definitely one that ended. Definitely
To
one
Catch
that
a
ended too
Predator,
soon.
they should still be out there catching those predators.
So what are you doing here? What are you doing here right now? You
know who I am?
So what are you doing here right now?
You know who I am?
you know who I
What's
am?
my name? You know who I am?
You're Chris Hansen. Man.
Damn straight, I'm Chris Hansen. You're talking to this 13-year-old boy. Is this a picture of your...
What else do we have on here that we know was canceled?
Oh, Rescue 911.
How do
Just
you
a
cancel?
favorite from back in the day.
And now all the like old crappy can't even like make out what's what reruns are making a comeback, and they're all in like the retro
It's
networks.
like you canceled it when it was so great. Like you just should have let it go.
Yeah, should have let it go.
There was another one that I felt like we all kind of started getting into. Also, was Crashing.
Crashing was awesome.
Yeah, that was
a
cool
great
show.
Loved it about
show.
stand-up comedy. I
HBO
thought it was well
original.
done.
Pete Holmes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I thought it was good.
No, that was
Canceled.
The story of a stand-up comic moving to New York City.
good cameos, a lot of comedians.
Yeah.
I was into it. That was a great show. Well, it's brutal when shows get canceled too soon.
There's so many more too, I'm sure.
There's
I'm
a
sure
lot
everybody
more.
has a handful that just wish they could keep their favorite show going and going and going. But this is like, these are the shows that had legs and
It made it 2 seasons.
Yeah.
It's like, they should have gotten more than that.
probably scheduling conflictions, things like that.
Well, this has been another episode of Something Crunchy. And don't ever forget to live your crunchiest life.
And be crunchy to one another.
Please don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, and all that crunchy good shit. Thank you for listening.
Fuck. The holistic community was founded by Sri Swami Satchidananda.
Silly, sippy,
Slippy,
Swinson.
Slammy.
Swinson. Swanson?
Satch.
Maybe it's on the briefcase.
That's so getting edited out. I wasn't even going to make it. I'm just going to stop here.
Lean into it. You just gotta lean into it. As soon as the ayahuasca wears off, we're going home.
Right. Oh, it's so funny.